Hello, and welcome. We're going to be streaming and stuff today. I'm Inigmas. Let's get some coding done. Alright, so last time we did a brief overview of some Rust language features, I think. At least in terms of programming and things. So today we're going to be examining some data modeling, I think. And one aspect of the data modeling that we may be interested in examining has to do with these newfangled ECS things all the kids are talking about. So yeah, let's try to figure this out. This is it seemed like both Specs and Legion are under the Amethyst umbrella. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that, like, hey, tell me about Specs and Rust. Yeah, all them newfangled technologies. This right here, it seems to be under the Amethyst sort of banner, right? And it doesn't appear to be integration code. So I'm guessing that it's... yeah, this looks like, you know, a spec site, right? But from what I understand, the Amethyst people, what are they doing? I don't got no homepage for me here? Whatever. You know, so these... yeah, Amethyst folks, they're moving from Specs, right, to Legion. Which, yeah, Legion appears to also be under that sort of umbrella. They don't got no cool website for Legion yet, like they do for Specs. So Legion stuff may be cutting edge. We might get cut, is what I'm saying. Let's see, you want to try just plugging in legion.amethyst.rs, see what we get? Legion.amethyst.rs. It'd be funny if it worked. Nope. I misspell amethyst? Nope. Why am I getting some Verizon thing just because I'm, you know, that don't make no sense. Right? Hang on here. Did I misspell amethyst? I don't know. That's just for fun. Legion. Must have misspelled something, huh? Yeah, but yeah, there does not appear to be an Amazon or a website for the Legions. It says here that we are at 030. Yeah, 03, right, and... what is this? Yeah, 030. Docs maybe for 03. To where'd it go? There we go. Bam. Yeah. I'm gonna throw up all of our Legion docs up here. Let's see what we can figure out. Yeah, because I remember you used to have to get worlds from universes. So I'm not sure where this world default thing came from. We must have changed something. I do think that 030 is a new release, if I am not mistaken. Yes. So if we come back to their repo, version 030, yeah, 11 days ago. Seems pretty new to me. So let's go ahead and I think we're just going to hang out here in this tag to make sure that we are getting documentation and whatnots for this version 030. So this, so Legion runs with parallelism by default, which is not currently supported by WebAssembly, as it runs single-threaded. Therefore, to build for WASM, yeah, we're going to have to turn that off, huh? Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, that's good to know. Good to know for when we try to get some WASM stuff going. Alright, let's grab some music real quick. Hopefully it's not too loud. Not too distracting for folks. People should let me know if it is. Alright, so, Tom. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, so what are we making? We're gonna make some sort of RPG. Right? are you're gonna have characters that you can make. You know, kind of like think about your Baldur's Gate sort of a game, right? Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, the all them Western sort of RPG games. You know? Like even your Stardew Valleys, right? You build a character there, right? You know, they're a little less focused on your character's stats from a role-playing game perspective, I think. But at least during character creation, yeah. But you know, you do change up your character and make them look how you want them to, etc. That's all part of it. That's all part of the deal, I think. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we need to have some ideas here. All right, about what it is that we're doing. So we can play around with Legion. We can grab ourselves a world. You know, we can play around in cargo. Get some stuff happening, right? Let's see. Do I have to do anything special in my cargo? There's some features in here. I think all the defaults are what we want, right? Serialization, enabled by default. Sure, we could use those. Parallelization, enabled by default. Okay. Crossbeam stuffs. Sure, enabled by default. Whatever that is, right? We'll figure out what a crossbeam is eventually. Right? And it's like, what? And if you want to run Legion on WASM, you throw this guy in there, yeah? Alright. Sounds good! Let's figure it out. Figure it out. Alright. Yep, so we can, another important thing to do eventually, though, yeah, maybe not for today, we'll see how far we get, is we need to, what am I looking at? I just want to look at, like, the packages. Here we go. Because we might need to come in here to figure out how to properly grow packages. I've been reading a little bit into the various editions of Rust, the 2015 edition and the 2018 edition. Are the editions released thus far that I'm aware of. And yeah, so it explains where the whole extern crate thing went. It went away in 2018 edition, which is cool, which is good. Yes, so yeah, so we can we'll figure out how to deal with packages and crates and how to organize our code things. All right, so once we get some, so we'll be able to get some data modeling in here. I say maybe we try to keep it somewhat simple at first. Yes. Right? So we're gonna keep things simple. A little bit. Right? And then we'll just try to build and build and build, I think. So what's a good first, what's the first kind of a starting point where maybe just add feature, add feature, add feature. Ooh, all right. Theoretically, a named dude that you could use WASD keys to control, top down, right? Maybe on the most graphically simple thing we can do, with the idea being that you'd replace, you know, I kind of like the idea of writing little libraries that support the game. Kind of modularizing some things, and then when you get to, like, you know, the pretty graphics, that's just another module, right? Something like that. We'll figure it out. Maybe. Hopefully, we shall see. So, what are we doing? Yeah, let's just get started, I guess, right? Time to code. All right, what do we want here? Just Legion, right? Yep. Cool. Alright, author's Inigmas name. Does it need to be this sort of name? Or could I say Apocalypse Road Trip? Is that an appropriate Rust name here in cargo? I'm gonna be mad. Execution failed. Yeah, it was mad at that package name, huh? Yeah, I figured as much. Is there like a description? Yep. There's a description. Oh my goodness. Do we even know how to spell? Probably not, right? Should just start it all over. Alright. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Alright, just do a little bit of trying to keep things a little neat. What else we got in here, man? Let's see. Authors, build. Alright. Categories. Documentation. Alright. Variety of little things we could throw in there, huh? Yeah. Workspace. It seems like something you don't put into your little build file, right? I don't know. License file. Alright. Yeah. So right now we're gonna go with this is unlicensed material. I'm building it live. Yeah. Don't do evil with it. That's the license. You have to agree no evil. So long as you can follow through with the absolutely no evil pledge for the use of code. Do whatever. Alright? Alright, cool. Let's man, let's just throw some stuff up there, right? We're gonna say like what? Use. You could use some Legion, Star, don't care, right? That's what that shows. Alright. Going with printing hello world. Let's do that world. Let's equal the world. Default. But alright. I understand worlds are containers of the entities. So it may be we actually do. I was thinking about this. I was wondering if we may indeed want multiple worlds. Yeah, I was thinking about like, well, how would you divide up these entities between worlds? Per stage or per level sort of a thing? Or, and I was thinking like, ooh, what if it was like, you know, you'd have a world of entities for your, for the game itself, right? And maybe you'd have a completely different world of entities for the UI. I don't know. You know what I mean? One of those things where, you know, you think, how would we divide this up? Why do I want multiple worlds? You know, because we understand that worlds, plural, right, are collections of entities, right? And they have arbitrary and each entity has an arbitrary collection of components, right? No less. We can start. See, this is why this is part of the data modeling, right? Right here. Boom. We're gonna throw some structs in there. We're gonna throw some derives in there. You know, you do, you know, clone, copy, debug, partially EQ. Do you need all of those things to be a component? Guess we'll find out when we start defining structs and trying to make them into components. Yeah. All right. Let's we gotta figure some stuff out. Let's see yesterday's chat. Looking at yeah. So, where is this guy? Yep. All right. Yeah. Trying to the house in order here. If in keep that. Yeah. So what do we want to think about in terms of our data modeling? Well, last time in the Godot project, what did we have? We had a few things, right? We had a little bit of data, we had a little bit of some other stuff, right? We can just throw a bunch of that stuff in here. Right? So we might have like dude stats. Right? That's our struct dude stats, right? And we can have things like what? Name. And we know that that's a string. What else do we know? We had like a motto. string, alright? I know that we had some sort of, like, kind. For now, we can make it a string. Maybe we'll want it to be something else later. Heck, in here, we could even just make it like a thing, right? Like, oh yeah, he's got this kind. This is what he's got, you know? But even then, it's like, we really want him to have a reference to a kind, don't we? Yeah. What kind of reference to a kind? You see, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe that's some of those things, right? Or we've got all these components, whatnots. You know, figure out how all this stuff works. Right? How, like, what's the level of detail here for these stats? You know, if I've got a dude in, if I got some sort of entity dude, right? Which we get by doing how? We get by saying, let, right, entity, right, entity is equal to world dot push. What are we gonna push? We have to push some components or something, right? Yeah, it's almost like, what is this? Is this a tuple of components? Yeah. We got some component tuple. You just say world dot push. Right? Yeah, can't borrow immutable local variable world as immutable. Oh, you didn't tell me that I had to let mut world. That's not what it showed at all. So this is not nice. It's okay. So this guy, we almost have like a... Alright, so we have some sort of a dude here. Alright, and we can push a wide variety of dudes. Alright, the other thing we could do is something like what? Let entities. Right, we're not doing anything with it right now, right? It's fine. But we could say what? Amper. It's for our references entities. So we have a list or an array of entities. Alright, world dot extend. What is this? Vec bang? Yep. Vec. What? And then you could have multiple tuples of stuff. So that's pretty fun. I don't know. Then we can do stuff with them. So that's the sort of, it's really the sort of thing that we're looking at doing, I think. Alright. So the point is that we are looking to what? How many of these stats belong together as a cohesive unit? How many of them? It's like, you know, this never changes over the lifetime of like your dude. You could probably change this whenever you want to. This doesn't change over the lifetime of your dude. You know, so there's that sort of stuff there, right? And you could probably, oh, now that we actually have, we should have some time stuff with Rust, right? So if I said like what, Rust, time, like calendar stuff. Standard time, alright, we got some standard time durations and whatnot. Instant. An instant, yeah. Measurement of a non-decreasing clock, right? Sure. Yeah. Instant now. Yeah, alright. As long as I could, like, have it some sort of a thing, right? So what do we do? We could say something like date of birth, right? And this will be, I guess, an instant. I don't know. Maybe there's a better thing for it. Maybe there's like a date, right? So Rust date, right? Date and time Rust cookbook. Chrono date. Alright. Oh, is this some chrono date and time library for Rust? Yeah, alright. We got some time zones, some other stuff. Whew, man, I don't even know if I need it to be that. What lightweight date time library to use, huh? Nice for simple stuff, huh? Sure. Alright. We could like throw some chronos in there or something, but this could even just be a string, to be honest. How often does it come up, and is it really going to come up in the game? Alright, so for now we can just leave it as like whatever. That's right, Rust likes the ending commas. So let's give it its ending commas, yeah? What else are we going to do? I don't know. So we got a bunch of that sort of stuff, right? What else do we need? Okay. So we've determined before that Rust has some very powerful enums. Yeah, so what can we do with those enums? Well, we know that we can represent maybe dice with them. In fact, maybe even coming up with a little dice library. Finding existing good dice libraries. Those could be useful endeavors. So let's for fun, we could just start off with creating our own little simple things, right? So die. We might have, die type. Now what do we want? What sort of dice do we want? We want like a D4, right? D6, D8, D10, right? And then what? D12, right? Those are the types of dice. And we could do stuff with that, right? But right now, none of them actually take in any sort of data, which I think makes sense. I think for our die type, it'd be cool if that were just, it's just that. All right. So. But you could also have some sort of like a trait value, right? For like a trait. Maybe some sort of a trait value? I'm not sure. Or you might have like a... Right, we have a die type. And we could call that a, die type. That's all pretty fun stuff, right? And then what? Maybe some sort of modifiers. I don't like that idea. Modifiers. Right? So we can have like a struct trait modifier. Right? And then from there you could have like what? What is it? It's like some sort of, you need like a source. Like source key or something like that, right? Like source for now. Make it a string, who knows? Maybe it's just descriptive. Right? You could have like an optional duration or something, right? Based in what, rounds, minutes, whatever. We could figure something out. Right? So we have some sort of a duration. Maybe what was this? U32. Durations maybe could get big if it's supposed to be measured in rounds and like it needs to last for days in the game time or something, right? You could get pretty big there, who knows? And then we'll figure out what to do with duration. We could also probably take a look at existing duration utilities in Rust to see if we can't figure out how to, if it's possible to have fun with that in ways that are like, kind of a non-linear time, right? Video game time sort of thing. Well, that'll be... We can at least, maybe look at its source code and figure out, well, what do they do and how do we do stuff like that? And we went all over it until we figure some stuff out, yeah? Alright. That's okay. So, so trait modifier. Maybe it's a source. Maybe there's a duration. If there is a duration, then it should be like optional. Right? Because not all of these trait modifiers have a duration. Some of them are just, that's just what you got. And some of them are from like, so if we combine these things, right? Some, you might have like a static, D12 plus 5 for your character's strength or whatever, right? And that's just permanent based on what your character's strength is somehow. I imagine most characters of Apocalypse Road Trip will get that sort of strength. Who knows? Maybe some monsters could. Right? Maybe a whale has that sort of strength. I don't know. All right. So we got some modifiers. What? So we want some sort of like. What's probably the best way to store a list of stuff in a struct in Rust? Right. So using structs. Yeah, defining and instantiating structs. Example program uses structs. Yeah, alright, so yeah, I guess I see a bunch of that sort of stuff, right? Should I just... What do I do? Do I need some sort of reference, right? I don't like structs without fields and things. It's like, alright, example program using structs. Give me a complicated struct. Give me a struct with some lists and things. What do we got? Still not even sure. Buying an enum. What do you got? You got anything cool in here? You got any, like lists and stuff? Yeah, see, you got like 4 of those, 1 of those. All good, right? And then what? Just. Right. See that there? That's pretty good. What do we need? What do we need? We need some sort of like. Oh, give me a vec. Give me a vec of trait modifier. Is that what we need? Like, do we want? Because like, we know that structs tend not to have string slices, right? The strings. Give them that, so it can own the information, right? That's the idea, is that this struct here, trait value, is going to own this list, this vector of trait modifiers. Pretty sure that that's what we're going for there, right? So yeah, so we'll figure that out, right? So what do we got so far? I think that we want this guy. Actually, here I should have hidden that. I want to figure out. Yeah, give me some fun derives. Right? I'm not fluent in Rust yet, so I need to keep little things open next to me to pretend like I am a little bit while I code. Let's see here. Do we need to have all of these things? No, man. Let's for fun start off with debug, because that seems incredibly useful, right? And maybe partial EQ? Yeah, let's start off with some of those types of derives, right? And we can Oops. Let's get that in there. Alright. Because now what? Because now we might want to have something like what? We have agility, rate value, right? We have a smarts trait value, right? Spirit trait value, strength trait value, and we have a vigor, which will be our trait value. All right. So I'm liking a lot of that. Remember, this is Rust. We want to have commas at the end of all of the things. Yeah. Why not, right? Who cares? Alright, now. Alright, so far, so I kinda like this. So that's okay, so another interesting thing, right, is that some of these things we might need to differentiate between like an individual's stats, which is kind of like what this guy is, right, versus like more of a templated stats, right? So if we have this right here represents a character, right? Like your character, an NPC character, you know, multiplayer, you you know, networked multiplayer connected people characters, right? He's gonna represent a wide variety of stuff and things, which is fine and good. Yes. So representing all of that. What else? What else did we have earlier? We had some sort of like. Right now we just made it a string because we were just like, I don't know what to put there. Do you? Nope, not yet. That's fine. We have skills. Skills was like the last. Was one of the things that we did in Godot still. All right. Yeah. So we could say skills. Let's just say skills here, right? Which is going to be a what? We can make it like a. They've got hash maps. Right. Yeah, so they got hash maps. Move that. What do we want here? Some sort of string and now we could just have like what? String and a trait value. Something like that. Wow, I can't believe. Is this compiling? Just oh, forgot to compile our dependencies beforehand, so this will take a half a moment. Oh, it looks like we've already got Rand in there, I guess. Well, at least it's already depended on by our Legion dependency. I imagine, yeah, so we'll need that. Probably wouldn't be bad to make sure we're just using whatever Legion uses. Similar dependencies, right? Like how Legion has SERD already. Stuff like that, right? Crossbeam, all this stuff. Whew! Libc. Ah. Why would you warn me about a variant that's never constructed? I don't even know what that means. I mean, like, you're mad that I never use it? I mean... It's kind of silly, right? To be mad about that. I just started writing the code. Alright, we're not gonna worry about this guy for now. But we could probably throw in some sort of date, something or others in there, right? Alright, we'll figure it out. Now what do we got? Now we've got... I mean, like wow, look at this. We're already getting a little something going here, I think, right? Yeah, we're already getting a little something going. Alright. So for fun, I mean, like, what could we do? I know that we want, like, references to stuff, right? Like maybe like some reference counted asset thing. I'm not 100% sure. And multiple owners sort of a thing, right? I know that, yeah, I remember seeing something about that in Rust, right? So we've got, what do we got? Reference counted stuff. Smart pointers. Like ref cell. Reference cycles. Yeah, RC. The reference counted smart pointer, right? In the majority of cases, ownership is clear. You know exactly which variable owns a given value. See, I got some data I want shared. You know, things like those race or the kind definitions, right? That's what we want. So if we had some sort of like a struct up here, right? It was like kind. And we could have some sort of like, yeah, see, before we were doing like key, right? Sort of a thing, right? Some sort of like an ID. Simple sort of like dealio there. And we could have like, we had like a label, string, the plural string, just to make sure that we understood that. Not all kinds. Like, just add an S and you win. Nope, that's not how English works. So, Right, what else do we have? We have abilities, right, which I think is a vec of strengths. Did I use the wrong sort of... There we go. Better. Alright, so we got these kinds up here with their abilities. Oh, like whether or not they're hidden by default or what. Yeah, I guess, but I think they're mostly all on it, right? Except for the one. So, I think it's more of a... It's not really what you store here, I don't think. So you store that elsewhere if you're doing proper data modeling. Alright, so from there, we could just come in here, right? You're like, what? Let kinds is equal to what? Some vec bang, boom, semi. Come in here. Now what? We're gonna say kind. Boom. Alright. Start populating some data. ID, human. Now what? A label, right, is human. The plural, plural is humans, right? And the abilities, right? Abilities. And you might say, is this, what is this, strengths? What's an ability? Yeah, for now, right? For now it is strengths. For later it is maybe better, something scripty. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. That'll be neat, right? Figure out how to do some scripting inside of our wrestling stuff to get some of the stuff that we want. But one of adapt. That's the kind of dealio that we desire there. Hooray! Now, what's your problem? Your problem is that these are string slices. Right? And I need to say into. Bam. To turn them into strings to make it happy. Right? To be like, no, really, dude. This kind here owns those strings. Here, ownership is clear. You don't need to reference count these strings, right? Right. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's make it. I don't know. I don't care if we run on. I think I want kind of like what we did in Godot, where we didn't care for these ones, because this is a temporary sort of place to just like jam a bunch of stuff anyways, right? Because the ultimate goal would be to load this sort of stuff up from files, from databases, from, you know, anywhere but hard coding it. But this right here gets us wins fast, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's see, what kind of weird stuff we put in here? See if I even remember some of these things, traits, right? So you say, yeah, I'm telling him to spell stuff. So I normally turn spell check off on this thing. And what did this have? This had like agile. Oh, this needs to be. Shouldn't just. That's supposed to be a vector, right? A vector of strings. So I'm not sure why this even is pretending to compile, right? Boom, boom, right? So we want to say like what specifically now? Maybe into string. Not sure. Is it fine with just this? I don't know. Check. So we want vec bang, boom, and boom. And even then, that might need some help, right? Because 10 warnings, that's it? This compiles? Wow. This is this is one of the best experiences I've had with Rust so far. It just compiles now. Okay, great. Alright, so yeah, so we got some agiles. What else do we got? I don't know. They had I've got like claws, right? And fangs. Alright, dot into. Alright, whatever we need it to be. Sort of a thing, right? Yeah, so we're not gonna worry that that's not right. So leave me alone about it. Alright, so what is this? What? Sure, alright. Back. Alright, I'm gonna say kind. Just to be like, boom, that's what that is. Right? Just like I do like the idea of, yes, we should say what this is. Alright, very cool. Now what? So, now we're going to have to figure out how data modeling works in combination with an ECS, an entity component system. We're going to see what sort of gains and stuff we can get out of it, right? So just for fun here, we've already pretty much got a bunch of things, right? Where we've got, what is this, elf? Ah! Fun, right? We say elf. And the plural is elves. Alright, and I know they're definitely agile. We'll go with that. Cool. I'll figure out what's going on with those guys soonish, right? We've got let not world, let dude, let entities. Alright. So that all there is looking pretty cool. We can probably make a dude soonish, right? What did we need to make a dude? Alright. A kind. Yeah, so now we can just say like, is that what we want? How do we do RCs? Unresolved RC. Yeah, I figured as much, right? It says right here, right? RCT. That's what we want to do. We want to share those kind datas, right? Pretty sure. Oh, some reference count stuff. Ah, so apparently it's helpful if you use it. Yeah, if you would like. That was Come on. Yeah, so it's helpful to use it. So let's go ahead and use it. Alright, we like the idea of standard stuff first, I think, right? And then that, otherwise alphabetical sort of order, right? Okay, that looks better. Let's see. Yeah, man, I want some sort of like RC. How do we, so we can get a new RC. Alright, so that's the question, right? It's like right now we just kind of throw them into these vectors. Yeah. That's really what we want. I think maybe not. So let's go ahead then, and we're gonna say human kind, right, is equal to this guy. And then we could say let Rakshan kind, right? Kind is equal to alright, looking good. And we could say something like what? Let elf kind is equal to kind. Oops, let's just oops, cancels. What that was, I don't want it. Thank you. Cool, and now what? Now I kind of actually want this to be not quite a kind, right? We want like RC new, and we give it the new thing. reference count. Is it like, yeah, double these, new. Yeah, and there's our value, right? But, okay. Yes, and now you are an RC client. It's reference count, so we could just don't let go of it until all the references are done with, right? That's sort of a thing I think that we're going for here. This way we can have multiple entities. Right. Boom. Alright, now I have to figure out why IntelliJ is telling me about parameter names when I'm not interested in the names of the parameters of a function. Especially a function that only takes in one parameter. Like, why are you harassing me with this nonsense, IntelliJ? What moron decided that was a good default? Not to be a jerk, I'm sorry. Oh, ranty. It's okay. Alright. So. RC command. RC new, open that. Alright. I'm liking that. Seriously though, spelling, you are getting too much. Like, what is this nonsense? Alright, so spelling. Just go away. Yeah, this is not a word processing app. What are you doing to me? Why are you harassing me with the spelling stuff? Especially when you're wrong. It's not my fault you don't know what a Rakashan is. Oh, yeah. Oops. There looks pretty good. You basically just do that sort of a thing there. Heck, I'm not even sure if most people like this sort of polymerizing. Rakashans are awesome. They are. Cheetah man. Ba 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 ba. Cheetah man. So that's basically what a Rakashan is for who wasn't aware. Alright, so what is this? How do I make you go away forever and leave me alone? Like this parameter hints? So lame. Alright, parameter. Ugh. I mean like hint. Some sort of hints. Make the hints go away, please. Show parameter hints. No. Alright, is that better now? Alright, thank you. Jeez, that was not helpful. Our runnies let you know that the name of the parameter that new takes in is value. You have to know. Leave me alone, man. Just leave me alone. Alright, cool. So we got some sort of reference counted gizmos up in here. Yeah, we don't care that they're not used, so leave us alone, man. You don't got time to worry about whether or not the stuff we're doing is used. Alright. Alright, sweet. That looks pretty. Man. Where's programmer at? He's usually in here. Sweet. Alright, so we got some stuff in here for funds. Alright, and because the idea, right, was that now that we have kind of a reference counted gizmo, so that they could have multiple owners, sort of a thing, right? Now what? Well, we could let A equals new that, and RC clone A, right? Yes, and we just keep cloning it all over the place. We need to add a use statement to bring it in, because it's not in the prelude. That's fine. Cloning an RC increases the reference count. Excellent. I imagine dropping the clones is what hopefully automatically decreases the reference count. And when that's the case, then we win, right? Yeah, if that's the case, then we've won. What have we won? I don't know. Some sort of a trip somewhere, I think. Alright, so we've got these coins. They're in here, and that's cool. So, because now I'm like, dude, man, I need to make like a... let Bob stats, right? It's gonna be equal to some sort of a dude stats, right? So I'm gonna say dude stats. Now, what do we need for our dude stats? Oh yeah, name. Alright, we can give him a name. His name is Bob Chansey. Into. Otherwise it's gonna get mad. Oh, and this needs to be... There we go. Got that. Name. Now what? Kind, right? We can say, oh yeah, Bob Chansey, he's definitely of the humankind. See? Works out pretty well there. That sort of terminology, I think, right? So we could say, yes, humankind, but... Wait, we have to say RC clone amper humankind. There we go. See, now he has his own reference counted kind resource. Alright, looking pretty good. Motto. Sure, man. Motto. You know, time to balance the accounts. Right? It's like the idea of Bob Chansey, I think, is that he's an accountant. I had this idea, and I was doing this sort of test in character creators, Savage Worlds character creators. Programmer! There he is. I thought maybe you were lurking. Alright. And then, so for a while, I was using this Bob Chansey guy. He's an accountant. He's got his badass motto of time to balance the accounts, right? And like sometime later, I think Ben Affleck stars in a movie where he's some sort of mob accountant. It's just like, alright, let's see how it is. Once again, the world's just ripping me off. Whatever. Alright, so yes, we got some abilities, yes. Let's put our trailing rest commas there. That's what the rest people like. I also like 4 spaces, but you know what? We're not gonna give them everything they want. Why would we do that? I don't want to spoil them. Alright, so what do we want? We need some trait values, right? Alright, which involves what? A die type and a modifier. I'm assuming there's a quick and easy way to say an empty vector. I don't know, let's find out. So we're gonna say trait modifier. Oh, why did I get rid of it then? Because that's what we need. It's this. Why? Because then we can just come in here. Boom. Right. Boom. And now what? We need some sort of a die type in here, right? Die type is equal to, what is this? Die type D4. Yeah. A lot less to use things now. Alright, now what do we want? We want some sort of like... Vec? Right? Come on, man. Don't mess with me. Alright, Vec. Great modifier. We want like an empty one? Can we get like a... No? Oh, maybe I need to call like... Okay, I think you're messing with me now. Oh, I know why. There. Alright, here we go. Now we can say Vec. Jeez. Jeez. Just, empty, yeah, new or empty or something, right? Let's see, maybe like Vec Bang. Yeah, I know. It's like, it's an easy way to do it, right? Maybe. I don't know what the right way to do things is. Alright. Alright, so let's just, yeah, let's go ahead now. Now this is the value for all of you guys. Hooray! Boom. Boom. And boom. Alright. That's pretty sweet. Now, does that compile? Kind doesn't implement debug. Like, alright. Let's fix that then, right? I thought I copied that to all of the guys here. There we go. Boom. Here we go. Derive, debug, partially Q, save, commit. Whoa, missing fields. Yes, I imagine that we are missing some fields. What do you want? Date of birth. Don't care. Right. Oh, and skills? I guess that could be an empty hash map for now, right? So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to make a new hash map. Let's see. Skills. Man, hash map. What is this? Yeah, new. And how's this work? Am I supposed to put the things here? I say like what, string and what? What is this? What do you want? You want a vector of stuff? Trait value? Fine. Right, and a trait value. Like, where does this go? Now, you're just gonna... No, it's something. I've done it before many times. And it's just like, I don't get it. Alright, so, whatever. Alright, 5 warnings emitted. Alright, because it's still mad about certain, what do you call it? This is intentional. You need to prefix that. Yes, it's intentional. Leave me alone about Bob stats. Yes, my goodness. Alright, so now 4 warnings are emitted. Still mostly mad about certain things never being used. Well, we could fix that real quick, right? 8, 10, and 12. Just to make it shut up about it. Hooray, look at that. No warnings. Wow, this is okay, this is turning out to be pretty neat and fun. I'm having funs with this. Oh man. Alright. Yeah. Alright, programmer. Alright. What is this like? Yeah, like I said, later on we can have like we could load these guys up from like ROM files or something, right? But the point of the matter is like we get sort of a reference counted gizmo for each one of them, so that way they can have multiple owners. And like we don't, as long as somebody has a reference to it somewhere, it's pretty much guaranteed to still be in memory. Which of course is cool. Is very cool, yes? Alright, let's fix these guys up. Yeah, kind of going back and forth, but how I want things to look, it probably don't even matter. But I don't know. The aesthetics of a program, right? Figure out what you want. Yes, we got some claws and fangs, got some agile, alright. What do we got? Got skills, a new map. We could try giving them some stuff, right? What do we want for skills? Right now we said that the key is a string. Right? This is one of those things where it's like, maybe we could, I don't know, it's not really in Inu, because they each have, they all have different values, etc. You could have any number of skills, really. You could grow them and shrink them. You want that to happen. It's not really enumerable. Not like the size of dice. Alright. Let's see here. So, yeah, there was a thing we don't have. I'm not gonna worry about it too much right now, do I? Yes, no. I don't know. Let's go with yeah, sorry about that. Alright, so not for now. Alright. So we got a bunch of stuff in here for our guy. What types of skills did we want? So we could probably come back to check out some old code that we have. Well, heck, I'll tell you what. I'll do a better one. We're gonna open it up in here. Open. Because then we can come back into our Godot area for our Apocalypse road trip under Art Godot, right? Yeah. We can take a look at our GD script. Let's see. Where did we put some of this stuff? I think we had something called game data. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Come on. I'll like split you off over here somewhere. No? Alright, kind of like do a move right. Split verticals. There we go. Go away. Alright, so we have some skills here, right? See, it looks very kind of same-ish what it is that we've got, right? So we just need to, we can populate just a few skills. Let's get a few skills going. What do they have? They had labels. They had attributes. Ah, see, attributes. That's a clear thing, I think, that we could that we can make an enum out of. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. So let's do that. Let's make ourselves an enum, right? Enum. An attribute, right? Attribute type. A dude attribute. Stat attribute. Attribute stat. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so we've got some attribute stats. What do we want? We want agility. We want smarts. We want spirit. We want strength. We want vigor. Cool. Let's go ahead and do that. Copy this guy down here. That way we can print them out real nice and pretty. Into strings, hopefully. Alright. And we could, so we're getting a bunch of stuff going here. We might split this off into a module at some point. Figure out what sort of module we need. You know, maybe, and I like the idea of having some sort of game data guy come back with, like, you can acquire references to this source of data. That later on, we then evolve into something that's like, you know, oh, we load up data from these places, and we'll grab it for the application, and we'll manage it and stuff. Alright. So now I'm wondering, when I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, well, you know, you could make it like an array of fixed size. We've seen those in the coding intro, right? I don't know if we can specify the fixedness of the size in the typing. Can we? I don't know. Maybe. You can also do something like a hash map, I guess, right? Just like with skills. Only the key would be the, it would just be the attribute. I don't think that's what we're going for, though. I think that the main purpose of it, right? Alright, so we've got this attribute stat. It's called adder type. Alright? It's like die type, attribute type. Got it. Like types. Types are good. So now what? Now we could say we want to have some sort of a skill, right? Yeah, so we want to have some sort of like struct skill? Dude skill? Just skill, I guess, right? This right here is kind of like the basic sort of thing, right? And we're just going to be like, what? Well, before we have like some sort of an ID thing here, right? I think we'll keep that. Alright, so we want some sort of like simple string, easy to look at, ID. Keep it unique, small, simple, etc. Nope, we don't have to worry about making it pretty. Right, I like the idea of there being a label string. I like the idea of... We're spelling those out, right? Label and stuff. Yeah, here's a label. Alright, so let's bring our enums back all the way up to the top, I think. Yeah. And now this is like our data that we load in. Kind and what? Alright, but trait modifier. Those. No. Okay. Let's go ahead and boom. Got there. Now what? We want to have some sort of derive, debug, partial stuff. Boom. Got it. Now what? So let's go ahead and keep it the same, right? Label. Right? Now what? Plural. Description? We don't need plural for this one. No, we do not. Oh, we do need to know the attribute, right? So the adder type. Adder type is the adder type. Okay. The rest is big on the underscore the things, so we'll have to go through our stuff and make sure that that's what we're doing. Right? Alright. Now, adder type. Just, oh, eh. That sort of a thing. Alright, cool. And I want that up here. Label, and then what? A description, right? It's a bigger string. So we could, like, grab some descriptions. Alright. We do that. We're gonna want something similar here, right? Yeah. We got these IDs. Do we really need to store the ID? Or is it that we should be putting these RCs into a hash map? I don't know. It's kind of like I do like hash maps. Hash maps are good. Let's think about it, right? But all we know really is that like, yeah, he's humankind, right? And that's fine. But what we could do, I think, right, is we're gonna have like, you know, some sort of like kinds. We want this to be like a vector of RC kind. Pretty sure that's what we want. Oh, not a vector. A hash map of string? For that, right? Yeah, cool. So now we can say what? Hash map new. How do I fill out a hash map? Do I just new it up and then like put things? Probably could do that. Let's see here. Let's double check. Right, Rust hash map. All right, K1. Yeah, we could yeah, new it up and then insert a bunch of things. I was hoping for a quick syntax to just like Oh, here's all the default crap I want you to put in there all at once without me having to insert anything. Yes. But it can be initialized from an array using iter cloned collect. Alright. Seems like it's you mostly just new it up and then you insert stuff. Right? Alright. Let's do it that way though. Like that way. Alright. So now what? Now we're gonna say boom. Boom. This is an array now, right? Now we're gonna say what? Dot iter. Dot cloned. Right? Dot collect. Cool. Now that's the idea here, right? Cool. Now we can say what? Human. What's the reason for that? Like what? I'm not gonna store this though, right? Why that? Thing is that we want to be able to serialize our dude here, right? I don't know that these guys are serializable. Strings are serializable. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. We need to be able to, like, persist the stats and then bring them back. So how are we supposed to do that? We're messing around. Right, with, we can't persist, I don't think we can persist RCs. Man, like, it don't make any sense. I mean, it's a reference counting pointer. There's no way that's serializable. Alright, but he doesn't own the... Right, he doesn't own the kind. He'll be able to get a kind. Yeah. So I want based on... Yeah? Or we just had a string, and that seemed fine. Yeah. I think we want something persistible, so we're just gonna forget about RC here. I don't know, maybe that was silly. Now we have some sort of string, right? And the idea being is that you should be able to load these sorts of resources up. Yeah, you could even like load these things into the world, right? Well, I know that you could in specs. I have to double check what we can do with Legion. Yeah, so I think that we do want this, and I think that we want to say, yeah, so kind. Yeah, so then we're just going to grab kind. Okay? Cool. Now what? Now we want, I think, yeah, we're going to get rid of ID. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, let's just make those little... Oh, you messed up, boy, because you got rid of ID. Oh, there you go. Got it. Got it. Alright, let's just get rid of it. Now what? Oh, these things are mad. Why? Because there's an ID in there. That's okay. Okay, now what? Now we come in here into our... What is this? Rock shop, right? Well, now we can just grab its kind. Down. That, and then what? But, got that. Now we say elf. Boom, boom. Like this. Now, but now if you want us kind, yeah, you do have to do a lookup. Alright, and that's fine. So you might want to do some research on the hashers and stuff. That's fine. Label, plurals, here we go. Label, elf, elves. Alright, that looks pretty. That looks good. Now, yes, we don't want kinds anymore. We want a kind ID. Kind ID is going to be something like what? Human. Down into. There we go. Got it. Figure this stuff out. Let's see, date of birth, right? Funsies. So he's got something pretty that we can show, right? Like the idea would be to turn this into some sort of like a time, that library, chrono maybe, right? And we can try to figure out, you know, like, set your birthdays and stuff. You determine your character's age based on what time it is in the game, that sort of thing, right? I mean, do sort of age restrictions and whatnot, right? For when you have the young hindrance or the elderly hindrance, we come up with some sort of ranges for that, and that would be good. What else we got? Man, all right, we got a warning somewhere. Kinds. Yes. I don't care that no one knows what this is. All right. We can do kind ID. That looks good. Yeah, so we could throw this somewhere into some sort of object that you could do, like, you know, that would hold on to it. You see little references into it. So, because we want kinds to be maybe copyable, maybe clonable, sort of thing, right? Maybe. You could still store some sort of, I don't know, maybe not reference counted. It only really has the one owner, right? Like whatever has that hash map. Or the hash map, I guess, is the owner, right? And then whatever owns the hash map owns that guy, and that's all fine and good. Well, we got some sort of kind ID human into, right? This is going to help us to, so we can be able to persist this sort of guy, right? I thought that this was funny, that it actually compiled and was good, right? Ooh. Within stir kind, the trait clone is not implemented for kind. Alright. We want to then make it clonable. Sure, why not, right? Pretty sure that's all I have to do. RC kind. I don't think we're doing RCs anymore. Oh no! You have an unused import! You must get rid of that before you do anything else! Right. Now what? Cannot be built from an iterator of amperstir to kind. Why? Because it wanted a string. Alright, that's fine. Pretty sure we could do a dot into string, right? But don't tell me that's a box. Alright, no, it doesn't return a box. That's fine. Heck, we could even just... we're just gonna say into. Alright, see what happens. Yeah, I think that's what we want. Let's say into and into. Alright, Control 9. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's all these things we haven't used. There's... Okay. That's fine. Oh goodness. So now what are we going to do? Got some adder types, some die types. What am I doing? What are we doing? Do we even know what we're doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I bet Programmer remembers what I was doing though. That Wolfborn remembers. Let's see. I've got kinds. And that is good. Yes. Now what? Now I think that we're going to do something similar-ish. Right? Kind of. Return ID isn't what we want to have in here. This is part of what's going to be in our hash map. Which is fine. Right? What do we need? We need to have some sort of a... So even if we were to... Well, I guess even... Now with Ron, we should be able to reflect like this is a hash map and then like fill it in. So that will be good. Yes, that will be good. Now what? Alright. I think that we want to have... Right, we were going to make a list of skills now. We had a list of kinds. We figured out how we wanted to do that. And that was very good. Okay. Yeah. Now we want to have a list of skills. So what can we do with that? We could say let skills is equal to a hash map string, right, and skill. Right, we can pop that open, come here, do this same exact thing all over again, semicolon that. What do we need to do? We need to come up into skill, right? And allow it to be cloned in order to make the hash mappy thing happy. Anything else? Not 100% sure yet. It's fine. We're not gonna worry about it. Alright, cool. Now, what are we gonna do? Let's get a skill going. So we could say like what? Academics, right? Dot into. Not intro, into. Come on. Alright, and then boom. And then what? Now we say skill. What type of skill? What do we need for a skill? We need an attribute. What type of attribute? Well, that adder type that we defined a while back. Academics is smarts based. Cool. Now what? Now we need some sort of a label, right? And academics dot into. And then what? We need some sort of a description, which is going to be what? Dot into. We can just go ahead and fill this yet again. From our good friends over at Peg Inc., who invented the Savage Worlds role-playing system that we are just stealing from for examples for now. Could this be a Savage Worlds game? Maybe, maybe not. I still have to... There's still a lot of work that needs to be done even before, you know, we can figure out that that's what we're gonna do. But it's helpful to start off with something from somewhere It's like, hey, look, we got some more mechanics over here that are different from the norm, and people might like that it's different from the norm. So let's try it. Yeah, that's the sort of thing we're interested in, right? Yeah, let's do that. Yes, we want to open paren that guy, close paren that guy, and we can say what? Dot into comma skill. Okay, we can say adder equal to adder type agility this time, right? Yes, now we can say label is equal to athletics dot into. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and we're gonna move something over. Alright, there we go. Try that, let's try that, and now I can look a little better at here. What's going on here, buddy? Alright. Yep, so we want a description over here, kind of at the end, and we're gonna say what? Dot into. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. Other thing to do. Alright, so we got a couple of them, right? We should have something here that says whether or not it's core. Or does my skill list not know who's core and who's not core? Something else that knew. Right, it's actually the races that, or the kinds that know. Kinds that know. Right? That's fine. So, driving, yeah. Let's go ahead. We're going to throw driving in there. Open paren dot into comma. Did you do that? Alright, skill. Adder is adder type. What are we looking at? Agility. Agility. Alright. Label, driving, dot into. What's this guy got? Got some descriptions. Dot into. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Alright, so we've got 3 skills now. That seems sufficient for playing around with, right? For now. Yes. It is sufficient for... Now we want... Now what is skills? Skills should be a hash map. We said of string to trait value, right? Oh, good night, programmer. Been good seeing you around. This is getting late for you. But hopefully I saw that in time for you to hear me talking at you. Alright, Wolfie also says good night, so hopefully, yeah. I got that. Hopefully I was timely on that. And it's hard when you're really focused on actual coding. Yeah? Yes, good night. Yes, indeed. Good night to programmer. Like I said, I just hope I saw programmer in time. Alright. So what type of skills do dudes have? String and a trait value, right? Right, because we basically want these guys here. The other potential thing that theoretically could be done, I guess, right, would be to what? Basically copy the race and like the kind info, skill info, all of those things basically like into every stat block that has them. Now, hopefully just by saying it, you realize, wow, that sounds like a lot of duplicated memory all over the place. And that's kind of the point of this sort of normalization, right? Of being able to like, look, I just want to skill. All right, we're gonna call it the same thing as that key over there. Into this is how we're gonna serialize it and store it, etc. Right. So then, as long as we have reasonable lookup mechanisms, then right, to go from this sort of a key to this information, then I think we'll be good to go. But it's you know, we'll have to take a look at what Legion provides us, what our ECS provides us. We are interested in doing some things that way. I woke up crazy early. I got to work crazy early. I left work crazy early. And I slept for 4 hours. Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to figure some, like, I don't know. It's like I want to stay up all night and program. But I'm sure certain people would be unhappy with me if I were to do that. So we'll have to think about that, huh? Alright, so we've got some academics. That was the idea, right? And now what? Now we want to go into our skills. Which, hey, we should be using that now, right? Maybe. Is that? No. We're not actually using it yet. That's the funny thing. That's not what we're doing. Right, so we have trait values. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. Okay. Alright. And boom. There we go. Yeah, we can make, yeah, these things are super easy to make. Serializable. And now what? And we do the same thing with all the skills, right? Academics, athletics, right? And driving. Athletics and driving. Alright, cool. So we're just gonna give them some skills here. Which is fine. And now, yeah, just for fun here, right? We're gonna say like, oh yeah, he's got a D8 in that, he's got a D6 in that, D6 in that. He's been to the gym. It's fine. He's a tough accountant, dude. That's what we're gonna do. Alright, skills. So now theoretically, we've got Bob stats, and he is a statted out Bob person who could be running around the world, right? That sounds fun. Let's throw Bob into the world then, shall we? Yes, so we could do that. I know, right? We can just come in here. I want to we don't want to throw Bob stats in there. Alright, and now, like, what is this? Shift F6? I forget. Yep, cool. Got it. Look at that. Now it's used. And now we have an entity with a dude stats component. And we have placed him into our world here. This is what we do if we were pushing one at a time. This right here is we're gonna push a whole bunch of things at once, and one of them is Bob and his stats. So Control 9. Oh, clone isn't implemented for auto type. Alright. Just an enum, right? Sure. Just, clone. clone, I don't care. Make all the copies of those things you want. Oh, clone is not implemented for trait value. Really? Alright, let's get in there, right? Clone. I was gonna say, clone is not implemented for trait modifier. Alright. Sure. Yeah, everything's clonable. Clone all the things, I don't care. Let's see. Ew. What is this? Component source. Legion storage component source is not implemented. Alright. Alright, let's double check our Legion documentation. Alright. Alright, Legion, what do we got? Is it because he doesn't... Is it because they don't do, copy yet? I derived all the other things. Because, like, look at this. Push, like, the things, right? This right here is... This is what I did. I did world extend, right? Vec bang. Alright, so we did world extend. Right? Vec bang, opened that. And then what? And I gave it my tuple. I gave it a tuple. I gave it a tuple of one guy. Bob stats. Bob stats, fire. Alright. The idea. So, what are the requirements of these components? Storage, packed storage, etc. Alright. Coming back here and I'm looking around. It's like, so far it's like, oh look, just throw this sort of struct guy in there. Boom, copy, debug, partial EQ. Like, and you're good to go. Alright. Is it that I didn't put copy in there? Is that why it's mad? Alright. I don't know anything about storage. Didn't even talk about storage? Yeah, a little bit. A packed archetype storage model. Any combination of components can be attached to each entity in a world. Storing the potentially unique set of component values for each entity in a manner which is efficient to search and access is the responsibility of the ECS library. See, this guy's just like... boom. Right? What are groups about? Do I have to have a group? Groups are defined before constructing a world. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's look at some examples. Yeah? So you got some sort of docs book. There's tests. Source, internals. But you don't got no examples in here? Systems basic. This World API RS. Yeah. Alright, tell you what. We're just gonna copy that around everywhere. See if it makes it happy. Because what does he do? He just says let mute world, right? Equal world default. And he says like what? Components vector. And he says world extends components. Which is fine, right? Yeah. That works for him. Yeah, let's do that. Sure. Kind of weird. Paste. Right. Paste. Yeah, just drive all the things, man. Woo! Drive all the things. I don't know that everybody needed to. A bunch of them did. It can't hurt now. Yet. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's try that again. Ooh, copy may not be implemented for this type. But for kind? Why? This field does not implement copy. String doesn't? Are you serious right now? What do you mean? Copy may not be implemented for this type because string does not implement copy. Wow, alright. Let's, alright, so no copy for you then, I guess, right? Yeah, you don't need any of that. I want trait modifier. I guess that would have a problem too then, wouldn't it? Ooh, this is mad at copy. Why? Because trait modifier, probably, right? Doesn't, but it can't. Why? Because it has a string in it. Right, so yeah, so we get rid of it. Well, this guy definitely can't have copy then, if strings can't have copy. What is this? Since when can't you copy strings around? Yeah, what is this nonsense? Opponent source is not satisfied. For a vector of dude stats. Literally just did exactly what's in the friggin' documentation. Let entities, right, is equal to world.extend. Yeah, vec, whatever, bomb stats. Huh. Those things do. Should I have been using string slices? Is that what we want? String slices? Maybe. I don't know. Are string slices copyable? I don't know. Here says, blah blah blah, to group, right? Create a world optimized for cases where A, B, and or A, B, C are significant queries, right? And it's like, alright, sure. But what about BC queries? Alright. It's like... I was looking at these sources, man. I don't know. Opponent source? Opponent, yeah, source. What is this? Describes a type which can write entity components into a world. Alright. So we've got Legion internals, insert. I'm not sure what all these letters are. Alright, required because of the requirements of impl. On the impl. of into component source. Alright. So, alright, local storage, and we're looking for something called into component source, right? It's like what? Source, component source, source, into method, right, etc. We've got AOS, item, into iter. Alright. I thought Legion was one of those things where I didn't have to declare what stuff was. Oh, look at this guy. He has a static stir. Oh. Is that what I should have been doing? Static stirs? Maybe, huh? Components are normal Rust structs. Alright. Yeah, you seem pretty adamant about that being some sort of static stir. Packed archetypes. Let's see. So how do I make these static stirs? Alright, I see a struct person. Right? Oh look, there's some sort of resources. Resources can be shared between systems. Cool, alright. He just threw some vector of strings in there for no reason. What is that even? Do you even key that resource? I don't get it. Just inserted some random list of strings for no reason into resources. Yeah, we'll totally use that. I guess the point here is that the guy does, right? Yeah, resource names. Well, that's okay. How do you know that that's what we're even looking at? This guy, what, some static stir? Yeah. Alright. Talking about static stirs and whatnot. I say... do that, then, maybe. Yeah? Alright. Change it. I'm gonna change it around, see what we can get. Although, it's funny. Alright. So, given all of this... do you see any derives up here? For this struct? No, right? Oh my goodness. Alright. So... yeah, so we know that we want it cloned. Because why? Yeah, I don't even know. What is that? Alright, let's just go clone debug partially Q for now. We needed to do a fair amount of cloning to make that work. Even so, I guess we don't need to do our hash maps that way. Right? We can just keep inserting stuff. Which sounds cool. Alright. What do we want? Apparently, this should say amper static stir. Alright. Maybe we'll need less intos now. I don't know. But for fun, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna replace all these string guys. Whatever that is. See if it makes it happy. Whew, bunch of these. Alright, here we go. Alright. Oh, can we do it here? Oh. Alright, and now I guess we don't need into. So much is the hope. There we go, overboard. and defining too much stuff before trying to insert my first gizmo into a Legion world. Maybe I did put some cart before horse stuff again. It's alright. Just let's delete a bunch of these things. Figure it out. If that doesn't work, yeah, I think I'm going to simplify what a dude stats is until we can successfully insert it right into the thing. And we'll figure out what it's mad about. And then from there, we'll fix it to make it happy. Oh, shouldn't need these intos here anymore since we're taking that sort of static lifetime string references. String slices. Right, now the hope I think is we just come in here, we keep this up. Alright. Huh, I don't get it. So it's not about the strings yet. I don't care about fun, right? Copy may not be implemented for this time. Alright. So there it's mad at the vector. Alright. Let's simplify. Yes. Alright. Still being mad. Yeah, I don't know, man. Trying to upset me a little, Legion. I don't get it. Your documentation saying you do anything special. Yeah, use Legion star, let world equals world default. Alright. Let's try that push thing, I guess, for fun, right? Alright, now we're coming here, we're gonna say what? World.push. We're gonna give it our component, right? Sure. World.push. Bob stats. Right? We can let some entity equal to that, right? What does world return anyway? Returns entity, sure. Right? Just come here. Entity. Which looks like a named U64 or something, right? Yep. Opaque identifier for an entity. Alright. Sure. I'll try that real quick. Alright, still mad. Alright. Now we're gonna, for fun, we're gonna put copy back in here. Oh. What the heck, man? Dude, I don't get it, man. The trait Legion storage component source is not implemented for nonsense. Like, what is this? Why not? I don't even get this stuff, man. Any type that is static, sized, and send in sync? Yeah, but none of your shit shows that, right? I don't get it. How is this valid, but what I did not? This is even valid? I'm just making stuff up. Right? So if I was all like, boom, do that. What is this? F-32s? Sure. Okay, so if I just said push position, what is this? 15.0 F32, right? .0 F32. What is that? X, Y? And Y. Yeah, see, look. Even just copying their struct exactly and just like throwing that in there. It's throwing a fit about that too. Yeah. Field Legion. All this stuff looks cool, man. Alright. Stuff out here, alright. Look at this. Yeah, just use Legion. Throw some stuff in there. It's fine. Alright. Got let my resources insert some stuff. He never even insert stuff in the world here. What does? Some sort of a system does, it looks like, right? Alright, it's starting to get annoying. Just use Legion to make a default world. Yeah, but I did this exact example. Like, let's just complete the example, right? Let's complete the example just for fun. Be like, I don't know, man. Unless I don't want to remove the parentheses. What are you talking about? Alright. Let's complete the example. Fun. Alright, yep, there's velocity. Now we're gonna put those in there. Because we're gonna push a tuple in there. Velocity plus x to the y 0 f32. What? Some fields are missing. No? dx, dy? Really? Fine, whatever. dx and dy. Yeah. Aha. Alright, so it really wanted for there to be like more than one type of thing. Alright, well how do I like do like a single tuple? Alright, what did we just push? Because when I just did like one of these guys, right? It got all mad. Yeah, it does get all mad. That works. That's ridiculous. If you don't have more than one component for an entity, you can't put it in there. How does that make any sense? Let's see. We can entry out a component for a thing, right? Queries. Like what? What are you talking about? Is that what's going on? I only have one component, so it failed. What is this? Alright, fine. You wanna do that? Here's some Bob stats for you. What do you think? Tell me about Bob stats. Are you happy now? Oh, look at that. It compiled with Bob stats now. Alright. So we can get rid of these guys. You don't need none of this nonsense. Boom, right? Alright, now what? Now let's put this stuff back in there. Boom, boom, boom. Save. 9. Copy trait can't be implemented. Oh. Alright, well let's not implement it. I don't know about no copy traits. Now what? Right, now our data is like, yo dude, we need all that stuff back. Boom, boom, save 9. Hey, compiled. Cool, so why are we missing all of these stirs and vigors and things? Oh, we're just missing a couple of them, right? Why are you printing out all these warnings so much? Alright. Yeah. Alright. Cool. So we did it. I don't know. It's like I had to... That doesn't make any sense. Alright. That's fine. Whatever. You can't have a single component guy. That doesn't make any sense. There we go. Boom. Compiles again. Alright, cool. Got it. Jeez, Legion, you crazy. You are crazy. Seriously though, how many, like, if I only had a one component entity, what am I supposed to do? Giving it unit seems to work. Seriously, is there like, okay, give me a rust, I need like a tuple with like a single dude in it, right? Single element tuples. Do it like rust? Let's see. I wonder if, just for funsies, what if we have a comma in here to be like, oh yeah, that's a single tuple. Okay, that works too. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright. So yes, this is our entity, Bob. Right? So this is like, you know, entity, you know, sort of Bob. And he's got some stats, right? There you go. Cool. So now we can throw some more skills in there. What's funny is that, alright, so we've got smarts, we've got agility, right? Here's some spirit ones. Just to kind of round out some stuff. Right. That was crazy. We only accept tuples. Okay. Yeah, just skill, man. Just give me a skill. It's cool. Full performance. Alright, so yeah, so we play around with that. Let me say what? Skill. Alright, don't care about no that stuff right there. Don't think so. Alright. Now what? So we want atter type, right? We're gonna say what? We want sp for spirit. Basically just copy that from there. And like what is there's all this, no strings for no labels here. Nope. What's your malfunction? Nothing, that all looks good, right? How's this thing being weird? I don't know. Yeah, we don't need none of that. And description is that. Alright, yeah. Yeah. Seriously, what did I mess up here? That all there looks good and nice. This performance and persuasion, that closes that. All these things end in comma. All these things are closed the same way. Right? Right. Come on, one of these things has got to be not like the other, right? And that's it. That's the end. Seriously, what is your malfunction, dude? I expected a type. Yeah. 175? Ow! Ah, I knew it. One of these things. It's not like the other. Alright. Cool. Got it. Oh my goodness. Can't believe I couldn't see that one. Alright. 2 warnings admitted. Why? Because there are no strength or vigor skills. So, you know, you're just gonna need other reasons to want to do stuff like that, right? That is fine and good. Alright. Yeah, so I think we made some interesting progress thus far. You know, I probably shouldn't code all night, but man, I'm feeling like I could. Let's see, so we got some skills, we got some die types, we got some modifiers up in there. Yeah, let's go ahead and just add those skills to our buddy here, just to have them, right? What's he gonna have? He's gonna have some persuasion. Sure. Alright, let me just copy that, throw that in there, and you stir some of that. Didn't need that extra. There we go. Looks happy there. Persuasion D6. Sure, why not? Control 9. Boom. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Alright, well we have some Bob stats. And we've got Bob stats. We've got skills. Is there any like I still don't think we ever use skills. Alright. But it's like, we've got them. But just in case. Just in case someone wanted to use them. Or see them. We've got the skills. Ah. Yeah, it's getting a little long-winded up in there. Let's go ahead and chill them out. You could probably throw these guys into some ROM files and then load them up, right? We have to figure out how we want to use these things inside of our ECS, if they belong in ECS at all, right? It's mostly about implementing some mechanics things. You know, the labels here, it's about, you know, kind of presenting stuff to the user, right? And we could do that whether we do like a console game or like a 3D game. It's useful either way. Now we got little descriptions for our skills. Yeah. Well, let's do that. Alright. Just gonna make them look right. Yeah, we could probably even, like I said before, throw them into some sort of their own little module, maybe. You can figure out how to, you know, get some little constants going, hard coded for now. Doesn't really matter. Just like we did with Godot. Yeah. Pretty print this. Beautify that somehow. And just leave it and not care. Just leave it. Especially for now, right? Alright, so we're not... Yeah, we don't even like... We don't super need like... Right. Like... Yeah. Alright, we can easily have some sort of game data. We're on new. It sort of like initializes its own sort of like stuff here with these things, right? that's fine. So we can do that, and then we can just load that up into main. The other thing that we could think about doing is, as opposed to just having random lists of skills and kinds and whatever else that we'll have, right? We could also have what lists of we could throw them into specs, throw them into the world directly. We know that there are these resources. I'm a little weirded out that they don't appear to be keyed at all. Okay. Look at you. Where did my documentation go? Yeah. Alright, look at that. So, yeah. Right, so we've got some world stuff here. It's got some other stuff. Queries and, resource. Yeah, see? So a system is a unit of work. Each system is defined as a function, which is provided access to queries, right, and shared resources. Look at this. He just says, like, hashtag resource for what? Time at time. So it's like if you type your stuff real well, then you just have whatever you want, right? You just throw it in there. You don't care. You're like, whatever, man. Just throw it in there. Let's see, how did that work? So we did this with mutt resources here, right? Run our schedule. You should do this each update. Huh. With mutt resources, huh? What is mutt resources? We saw it before, maybe. Alright, tell me about some resource. Alright, so we know that resources can be shared between systems. And right here in main, he's like, yeah, let mutt resources equals resources default. Then he says resources insert this vector. Yeah, so cool. So we've got a vec. Yeah, we got a bunch of vecs. We got some skill vecs. We got some other vectors, right? So we could we got some hash maps even. Yeah, even cooler, right? So we could just be like, inside of our world doing that. Well, how would that help us? Well, any system then that needed it basically could ask for it and it would get it. This seems it seems a bit like dependency injection, which is cool. Yeah, like, what was, Jeez, it's been so long since what is this, man? Like, what is this? The play framework DI. Tell me about your dependency injection, man. Yeah, Scala dependency juice. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I remember it before I saw it, so there you go. Yeah, so you inject the stuff that you need into your components, right? And you can set things like juice or whatever to figure that out. So when I see things like, all right, you're just gonna throw this thing called resources where you're gonna insert them or whatever, and then you've got a system, it asks for it, and it seems to do it by type, right? Because look, this resources guy here, he just said insert. He didn't give it a name, I don't think. He didn't call it names, certainly, right? So yeah, so let's execute here. So every time we run execute, we pass in that sort of reference there, right? So we got @mutt_world, @mutt_resource. So if you want to, let's go ahead and get a system going, right? Why not? We can have fun with that. So what could we do? We could let's play with some resources, right? So let mutt or mute, right? Mutable, mute resources, right, is equal to the resources default semi, boom, right? And then we can do what? Resources dot insert, right? Yeah, let's insert some stuff. What do we want to insert? I don't know, man. Whatever value t is. Yes, we're just going to insert stuff. It's going to be great. What do we want to insert? We want to insert skills, I think. Oops, skulls. Alright. Yeah, now we can get rid of its, not used yet, sort of thing. Alright, that looks cool. So we can insert that. Let's double check. Yeah, alright. So I just see the one insert, right? And I see it's very, very type heavy, which is cool. Right? So if we then said, okay, let my schedule, right, is equal to some sort of schedule. What's this? Builder, sure, right? That's what we want. All right, let's go ahead and builder this guy. Like, let's be explicit, man. We got some builders. Oops, this was meant to be like what? Yeah, resources. All right, cool. Now we got builder here, right? And that should probably. Yep. We're gonna do some things, man. In fact, we probably don't even want this. No, you don't want that at all. That's a lie. So we're gonna say .build. Right? This is now what, a schedule? Yeah, that's what we want. Schedule. You don't want no builder. That make no sense. We want a schedule. What are we gonna do? We could add some systems. We'll worry about adding systems later. Alright, but now we can schedule .execute, right? Give it a reference to our world, a mutable reference, right? Yeah, and then we're going to give it a mutable reference to our resources. I'm assuming that that's what it needs by definition. Yes, @mut world, @mut resources. Whether, you know, I want those things to be mutable or not. Whatever. Alright, so yeah, we got some skills. Let's throw kinds in there. Let's throw kinds in there. Okay. Alright. Maybe we could do that. So we got resources.insert kinds. Alright, that looks pretty fun. We pile that. Look at that. Yeah, nobody ever uses string or vigor. Oh, lots of warnings. Oh man, leave me alone. Leave me alone about the warnings. Alright, so you know what? We could try out a system. We could. What type of system would need all of the things? I don't know. I don't know. We could just do something fun, right? Just for now, just to be like, yeah, let's just make a simple system then, right? What do we need? FN list kinds. Alright. Yeah, seems fair. And then we can do some sort of like, we could do a system derived thing. Or macro for our function. This is a system, so let's go ahead and do some system things like the resource, right? And we're gonna call it what? Kinds, right? Kinds. And what do we need? We need some sort of amper vec, right? Open one of those. And that's not what we got. No? No, it's a hash map, don't you remember? Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay, that's what we have. Boom. Alright, boom. Even boomier. Get it. Your malfunction. Yeah, alright. print, right? Print one. What do we got here? How do we do strings? All right, right. And we say kinds. All right. And then what? Kinds. Oh, we got like a tuple thing going here. We don't need that many parentheses. Right? Right, println bang what? Well, the hash map doesn't implement display. Really? To like a list or something, man. You got like Well, you can definitely get to iter. Get key value, right? Yes, okay, let's try to iterate on it. Let's see what we get, right? Kind. Alright, I want some sort of like what? Key and candy. But for now, we're just going to comment that out because we're going to come in here and say what? We're going to say like what? For what? K and D? No. For key K and D in kinds dot enter. And does that look like kind of what I think we want? I'm feeling good about that. Feeling good. All right. What's your malfunction? Find implement display. Thought we want to debug anyway. Ah, that's the friggin'. All right. Ah. Ha! I win. Oh my goodness! Could we have just kept what we had, like print line, right? Kinds, right? And then what? And then you say kinds. Yeah. Of course. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Let's run this thing. Let's see what happens. Who knows, right? Run! Oh, I think it ran. Did it run? I don't know. Let's, alright. I don't know what it did. Cargo run. Yeah, I got it. I don't care. Go away. I don't care about these warnings. Did you run or not? You said schedule execute, right? Yeah. Right. So front line. Oh, you know what's funny? I know what it is. I'm an idiot. Add system. Yeah, we need to add a system. And the system we need to add is list kinds. Yeah, that's the problem. Alright, let's get out of here. Oops. And yeah, let's run it again. Let's see what... Oops, I think we were meant to put in the... Yeah. Let's say hello. Underscore system. Oh. Oh. Yeah. System. Is that how that works? Yes. That is how that works. Now what? What is this? We hit Shift F10. And there's our kinds. Right there. So we've got a system who's able to pick up the kinds and print them out for us. All right. So for fun, I think I want to hold on to what this said, but I want to Z out a bit to get back to something we had a second ago. Yeah, I do think I want those on different guys there, right? But then what? We come back up here and add our system. Which, look at this, we didn't make a list kinds system function. We made a list kinds function. But we call the list kinds system function, which is likely given to us via this macro here. Right? Sweet. Man, Rust seems super cool. Man, super cool all the time. Alright, yeah. That's what we're playing with. So now what? I can save it. Yeah, we can compile all that. We can hit Shift F10. There we go, kind. Right, now we can make it prettier, right? We can say print. We can say print line. Kinds. Right? Yeah. Now what? Now we can say, like, we could put a little bit of a little bit of space there, right? We can say kind. Maybe put the colon here. Kind. That. There's the key, right? Boom. 9. That compiles well. Shift 10. Look at that. Kinds. Alright, man. Alright. Man, that's looking... Whew. That is looking fun. Alright. I think that we're good. I think that we've successfully gotten some stuff into, what do you call it? Legion. The Legion ECS by the folks over at Amethyst, right? I assume... Yeah, assume that's what's happening here. You guys even say where you're from? Yeah. We used to see that sort of stuff super easy in Java land, Scala land, that sort of thing. Like, yeah, so, boom. Oh, it's gonna load it up. It's funny. Alright, I'm looking at. Here we go, boom, right? Resource. But yeah. Over here, whatever did this Legion stuff, right? We got some source things. Create Legion. What's your, You guys even have, like, a license? Yeah? MIT? Copyright? Alright, sure. Why not, right? Yeah, anything else? Alright. Yeah, so whoever did the Legion stuff, thank you. Appreciate it. Probably do a better job of saying who's responsible for it. And just because, you know, I guess it's Amethyst, right? There's a wide variety of folks over at the Amethyst place. You guys seriously don't have, like, a suitable license? Oh, Amethyst Legion is licensed under that. But, but kind of not really. You're not gonna tell me who you are. That's fine, whatever. Looks like Tom Gillen did some stuff. Thank you, Tom Gillen. All right, that was kind of weird. It was like we were, you know, we had to add a tuple. We had to get past that, right? And so, what did we do? Okay, so there was I don't know how well we were paying attention, but to fix it up, I went from like a tuple like this with like nothing in it. So just like having a comma here inside of these parentheses to be like, no, really, this is, right? This is my tuple. Just accept it. And wouldn't you know, it did. I thought that was pretty cool and fun. Alright. We got things to more or less compile. It's bad because a couple of my die type variants, they're not used yet or something, right? How do you make this thing shut up about it? I think I know how. Let's see. Pub. There we go. That's better. It's like, shut up. I don't care. These silly warnings. Alright. Yeah, so we threw a bunch of static strings in there. I'm not entirely sure when it's appropriate to use some sort of like a static stir versus a string. So that's interesting, right? We'll have to figure that out. I know that in what? I know that in Rust, or in the Legion example, that's what it was. In the Legion example, the few places we did find some sort of a stir, right? Let's see if we can't find one here. Stir E? No. I don't know if I said amper stir. Right. Just stir. Nope. Right. Where was it? Yeah, see, the one place we did find sort of like string information, it's in the struct person where they had an amper static stir. So I'm not 100% sure again what the difference is, when to use which. Apparently, you know, some of the stuff we were trying to fix with adding entities to world had nothing to do with whether or not we had copy derives on any of our stuff, right? Which is fine. I think we're good. Oh yeah, so we got entities added to Legion. We got some resources presumably added to Region. That's kind of interesting. Like, we're gonna pass these things in all of the time. What is this? This is for every update, right? Because it only does it once. So like, if once we get into having a game loop, like, you know, executes all of the steps in the schedule. That's like once per frame or something, right? Or once per however often you want to do things. Could be interesting to see how some of that stuff goes. I don't think it sits there forever churning. You know, you see, it ends. So right, you hit the thing, it does the thing. We need to hit this thing. There we go. And it ends, which is fine and good. So I'm pretty sure that this guy here is meant to be inside of a loop. Yeah. And what? Yeah, run our schedule. Like, alright, so I have to maintain this resources inside of a resource thing. You could do that. And what's neat is, like, you know, so then the system that needs a certain kind of resource, right? If you're a system that needs to know about all of the kinds that are there, right? You just ask for it. Boom, done. Look at that. Yeah, so these systems then, you might want to, like, maybe give them that sort of a header, I think, right? Because I mean that it compiles. Yep. And you just start listing stuff. Like, here's the stuff I need, and then boom, you do it. Make it happen. So the list kinds thing is a system that needs to know, like, you know, about kinds. Which is fine. It is good. So I've got how much music saved up in that playlist then, if we're out now? About 2 hours and 40 minutes worth, huh? That's not too bad. It's not too bad. If I add some more, I guess. But yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we're making some interesting progress. We might want to figure out how to better organize our code so not everything's just in one file. I remember how you know, I showed you that example of the thing in, like, what, GFX, where it's like 160 lines to render a triangle. We've already got over that in just one line here for, well, a little bit of data modeling stuff, right? So yeah, 160 lines ain't bad. Let's see. Wow, and that's just making one of these Bobstat dudes. Bobstats, rawr. All right. So yeah, we got, you know, I guess we could finish up some of the data data migration stuff, right? We could get some of that going. See, here I've got more die types, right? But why? Because here I have a much more powerful way of doing stuff, right? I can, like, these are the die types. That's the end of story. That's what it is, right? Then what? We have something here, like we have a struct called a trait modifier. We have a trait value. The trait value has the die type and a trait modifier. Trait modifiers include the source, right? So a potential source then could be like unskilled. So right now, source is a string. If we find out that there are just a very set number of sources, then we could probably turn that into an enum of itself, right? So you're like, yeah, here's the source and here's the amount, right? So we could do stuff like that. Whether it's like, I'm not sure. Source might even, but even then, right? Because enums in Rust are awesome. So we could have like an enum, right? It has like we could call it like a modifier source, right? And it could have stuff like edge. And then what? The ID of the edge. So again, don't know if I should be using string with a capital S. Or these static strs. Finding out. I figure this stuff out, right? Yeah. Right. So we need to do that. Bam. And even then, we could probably. Let's go back to making that, and then boom and boom. See, look, that's how powerful Rust enums are, right? So you'd be like, oh yeah, the source of this modifier came from an edge, whose ID is this guy here, right? And so, you know, so you could do things like that, right? Hindrance, right? Same thing. Right? You just kind of do that. And then that way, the same sort of source doesn't affect you twice, right? In terms of modifiers and stuff and things. You figure things out, right? We can add some sort of thing like that. And then for source here, yeah. Let's go ahead. We can derive all of that stuff here, right? And then what? And then we could come in here and we could say our modifier source. Cool. And we can go back. We can play around with putting strings and stuff, right? To see, like, I wonder what that looks like and what that feels like. Is this something that we want? We could just do that, right? Control 9. Then get mad. They can get mad. So what about like what if I just had string here? What if I just had string? Then that means I probably also need to come into Bob stats and say dot into again. That control 9 runs. What's the deal with this what is the deal with this? What do we want to do? Right? Alright, so this is fun. This is fun, I think. I think we could do a lot with this sort of data modeling. I think we need to organize it well. Right? And then, yeah, we can make a lot of stuff happen pretty quick. I'm loving it. It's very good. Very good. Right, we can have all sorts of enums. Pub enum hind type, right? And sure, we could say major, minor, or either. pop that out. Doesn't matter, right? Where'd my modifier source go? Yeah, he's an Enigma too. Let's go ahead. We can bring him up to the front here. Alright, just for fun. Put our little pubbings together. Alright, control 9. Look at that. No warnings, no nothing. Everything's happy. And looking pretty. Yeah, so for my homework soon, I guess, is I need to figure out the difference between one of those static lifetime reference strings and just capital S string, right? When do I want to use which, etc., etc. I just like the idea of keeping things simple. So I like that with these, I don't have to say into all of the time. But also, it's like, you know, that's a lot easier type to look at. So we'll have to figure that out, what we want to do for that. Okie dokie. Wow. Yep, I'm Inigmas. I'm in coding with you today, learning Rust. We are, you know, doing some data modeling, figuring some stuff out. We made Bob. We hard coded him. We hard coded some skills. We hard coded some kinds. Hard coded like all of this code is what we wrote today, 150 lines or so. We played around with Legion a bit. We figured out how to add a single component entity by, like, you know, here's our single tuple. Thank you. And that seemed happy and good. And then look at that. We added some resources. Yeah, we set up a schedule. We added a system to our schedule. We executed it. We got it to run. We got it printing out all of the kinds. Right, which is very fun and good. So we could just copy paste that guy for fun real quick. And let's do what? Skills. Sure. And stir and skill. Looks good. And we're going to call this skills. We're going to print line skills. Skills. Skill. Alright. Skill. Skill. List skills. Dot add system and list skills. Right. List skills system. Save that. Control 9. Looks good. Shift F10. And look at that. We printed out some skills too for our last minute little feature ad. Yeah? Alright. Let's get late. Theoretically, yeah. Gotta keep showing up places. So, good night.